What's going on, vinyl community? Secretary Funk back on deck. Gonna give you guys a little update of my weekend. I actually did this video once, but edited wrong and then threw away the actual first little clip, so I couldn't go back and re-edit it for it to be correct. So I'm doing it again. But this is, I went on over the weekend. I went to four record stores. That's Hammond. 4 record stores in a record show, small one that they have in this area once a month, and it was actually, I made out really good. But got some jazz, some soul, some funk, and so I'm just gonna hop right into it. And I'm just gonna show the one that I actually probably covet the most. Well, I don't know. This is the one that made me feel good. I got this at the record store. This is Dave Moss, and I think his name is pronounced Baird Hersey or Hersey, Consential. This is just like some free jazz that is just like dope as hell, man. I mean, he is on the percussions, as you can see. Look at his setup there. And then of course Baird is on guitar, shredding away almost like Sonny Chirac. This is dope. Really dope LP. Glad to have gotten that. Can't seem to get the glare right, but that's the first joint. Second one, man, some Astral Travel Juju. Got some LeRoy Jenkins and the Jazz Composers Orchestra. For players only. What is that? That is a nasty glare. For players only. I might have to take these out to Blake later. There we go. That's a little better. Look at the lineup on this one. See that? Anthony Braxton's name a few. Joseph Bowie. You got Cerrone, which also records on Sagittarius and Star. Dewey Redman, Dave Howell. This is dope, man. You know, of course, LeRoy Jenkins, as we all know, plays the violin, and this is on Jacoa Records in 1975. I haven't listened to this yet. I mean, I've heard some of these LPs, most of these LPs, but I haven't listened to the copies that I picked up this weekend yet. Just because I'm not at home. So I can't even tell you what this guy sounds like, this guy sounds like. I haven't heard this. I have heard this. I was damn glad to see this. This is Limited Stops Only, Rick Kelly. This is kind of like a little bit of fusion type jazz. This is texture cover. Limited Stops Only. And then on the back, he gives a shout out to Horace Tapscott. I thought that was dope. I put the needle down on this, man. This is on Nimbus Records. What's the year? Don't know the year. All of these came from the same record store, by the way. Oh, that's tight in that Blake sleeve. I don't know the year on this one, but this is, as soon as I dropped the needle on, I knew I had to get that one. Really nice fusion type jazz on that guy. Derek's favorite LP that I did not have, found a copy of Beat 'Em Alpin, The Jewel and the Lotus on ECM. Damn glad to have found that. Actually, they had 2 copies. The other one had a saw mark on it, so I snagged that one. Record store digs. Got some Anthony Braxton. 7 Standards, 1985. Volume 1. This glare is horrible, man. Just got lighting issues in here. I'm not happy with the way this one is turning out. Shouldn't have blaked them out first. Should have showed it to you. Anthony Braxton duets 1976 with Richard Abrams. And this right here is cool because check this out. And I didn't know this when I bought it. This is a promo on Arista. A lot of people say Arista. I say Arista. Then of course you see the Anthony Braxton formulas there. Astro Child will show this one. I didn't have it at the time. Norma Connors, Dark of Light. Another hell of a lineup. Herbie Hancock, Cecil McBee, Stanley Clark, Eddie Henderson, Carlos Garnett, Gary Barton, Buster Williams. All of those names we should all know. This is a gatefold on Cobblestone Records. I'm not sure what year. I would show you guys the labels, but I have them blanked up. You know, for the sake of time, I'm just not going to do it. This was a shot in the dark that I took, a good shot in the dark at that. Dan Peck Trio. This is free jazz trio led by tuba, and it's dark. It's really dark, really dark. Like I'll show you the insert. You can see the graphic on the front. That's silkscreen, by the way. Not numbered. I thought they would be numbered, but they're not. It's just silkscreen, and it comes with this insert, which is some more artwork. Went on the website. They have their 3 other LPs. So check this out, and if you like it, go to this website, and you should be able to find the other LPs for pretty cheap. And you know, it's a small label. Look at that. Almost kind of like a Sagittarius to Stardust. There's nothing on the label. The name of this LP, excuse me, Acid Soul. Dan Peck Trio. There you see double bass, percussion, and tuba on Heat Retention Records. And this is Heat Retention number 29, but I only saw 3 releases on LP on the website. So maybe the others are, you know, cassettes or CDs. I'm not sure, but check that out. I think you guys will like this, especially, you know, you free jazz lovers out there.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to take a quick break. The door opened and look who showed up. It's Tiffany, everybody. Say hi, Tiffany. She has the slightest idea what's going on. There it is. There's a bear butt. Miniature bear. Does she want to get down? Okay. She doesn't like this at all. Look at her. Look at her feet. Kick myself in the face. Anyway. Got this, stopped by a record store that was all sold nothing but hardcore punk. Just to take a shot in the dark to see if they had anything out of the ordinary, and they did. They had a whole slew of soul and stuff in there. And I got this Masada Joe Thomas off of there on Groove Merchant. Dope. Just glad to find that. Love this cover more than I like the actual LP. Johnny Lytle, Fast Hands. But who doesn't want a Muse record in their collection? You gotta have Muse. That's a dope ass label. If you guys don't know about it, watch Astro Traveler's video that he did about Muse. Song for Wounded Knee, the Richard Davis trio with Joe Beck and Jack DeJohnette. It's a gatefold as well on Flying Dutchman. Picked that up from the record store. All of these, man, were like none of these were over $12. Okay, so moving on to the funk, funky side of town. This is one of these LPs that I was glad to get and didn't have to pay for the shipping on the internet. So I've been wanting this in my collection. This is Sean Lee's Ping Pong Orchestra on Ubiquity Records released. When was this released? This is funky as shit. Real funky bucks. I've opened this since I've gotten it segments of time, but when I bought it, it was sealed. So sealed from 1972 on the Sussex label. This is kind of funky soul. Song on it, Song to the System was sampled in hip hop. I can't remember the sample right now off the top of my head, but I knew the album by the cover, and so snatched that up. One of my favorite albums by this guy. This is my favorite album by Edwin Birdstone. What It Is. Favorite song off of here, which I also try to edit in, is Mr. Money Man. Ooh, Mr. Money Man is a problem, man. That song is so damn funky. This completes my Starfire finds. For all everybody that knows what they're looking at when they're looking at this album, as I'm holding it up, let me tell you, I got this album for $10. Enough said. I got it out of the hardcore punk place. He didn't know what I guess he didn't know about it, what this was. But for y'all don't know, Starfire is a monster funk kind of dance band from this area. This is on Dynamic Artists out of Richmond, Virginia. Let the Dynamic Artists label. This is, like I said, Monster Funk LP I got for cheap. I hadn't found this one. You would think, living in this area, I would have found this by now, but I hadn't. And it's just amazing. Sometimes they find you. I feel like I've completed a part of my funk collection by. Now, this album is expensive, y'all. This album is not cheap, and I have all three of them now, so I'm glad of that. Record show finds. Oh wait a minute, I got one more record store find. One of the most soulful voices that you will ever hear. If you guys don't know about this lady, Lee Roberts, excuse me, I want to talk to you on United Artists. Whew, I mean, like this store that I went to, man, I was just seeing stuff. This is not your average everyday stuff that you walk into a record store and find. You know, all of this stuff. All this stuff came from the record store. It was just like I went on the right day, because even at the record stores, you just don't find stuff like this there. So I had a good day. And record show, I did good. I was discouraged at first because this guy had these LPs. He was the only vendor in there that had shit that was worth a damn. And he had his LPs marked up. Like, when I say marked up, like a $30 LP he had marked to like $90. And I was just like, and it said like still in shrink wrap. Man, Jim, man, I was like, okay, here we go. We got one of these people. But I actually found 3 albums that I just could not live without, and that were in my price range, and I got them. And so when it came time to buy them, I said, man, is this the best you can do with these? And he was like, oh, well, no, you know, I'm easy to work with. And so I said, how much for these two? These two being these 2 albums. And he told me, give me $90. Oh, okay, sure. I'll give you $90. Here's what makes this even way more worth getting $90. This is his tag. Yes, it's sealed. I think I'm gonna let it remain sealed. This is The Politicians on Hot Wax with McKinley Jackson. Bad. Teacher, you asked about some jazz fusion, more on the funky side, more like the Headhunters. And I said, Weldon Irvine, this is who you need to be looking out. Now, some of his albums are just really expensive, unattainable almost. But this is an affordable one. He wanted $100 for this, man. He wanted $100 for this and $75 for this, and he gave me both to me for $90. So then I said, well, let me find something else. You know, Found a Ronnie McNair, Prodigal label. Prodigal. I mean, this right here is Monster Funk. This dude, this is produced by Holland Dozier. It's that Motown sound, but it's not a Motown record. He later recorded for Motown, for what I understand. But Astral Travel showed this actually. I was jealous as fuck because I didn't have this, but you know, now I do, and it's mint. And that was my weekend in 18 minutes. Damn, I'm getting better.